Token up with some Tolkien.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm revisiting Radagast the Brown, the perfect commander for the 420th episode of Brawl Stars. Radagast the Brown ain't just hitting that pipeweed, he's also hitting those good green creatures from our deck. If Radagast is in play, whenever a creature enters, you look at the top cards of your deck and you get to put a creature into your hand that does not have the same creature type as a creature you already control. So in this deck, I'm not running any avatars or wizards, and I tried to put very few creatures of each creature type in the deck, including some pretty unique creature types like spiders and snakes, tree folks, Phyrexians, and rhino warriors. Radagast the Brown plays especially nicely with green ramp and other good green cards. The higher cost your cards are, the deeper you get to look into your deck to find more creatures with Radagast, so you get to play even more cards. Radagast is good, it's green, and it plays nicely with a variety of creatures. So in this deck, we're going to be playing them all. So let's take it into the queue and start spitting out that good green stuff. Nicol Bolas the Ravager enters the battlefield, makes you discard, and then can flip over into a scary planeswalker. So that first hand I didn't keep because it was too high cost. This one, it's a little better, but I don't have a second mana, so I'm going to do the rare double mulligan, throw it all back, and I think this is keepable. All right, so we're going to keep this. I'm going to throw back the Solemn Simulacrum and go for a turn 1 Llanowar Elf into a turn 2 Emerald Medallion. Fatal Push. Okay, so I don't get to keep my Whittle Elf. That's fine. Emerald Medallion, these all cost less, my commander included. Usually I don't put cards like this into my decks, but I found that for a deck like this, where I'm hoping to kind of just spew out a bunch of green creatures, it works out pretty well. Also, I'm not running the most effective ramp because I'm trying to run unique creature types. Hey! There goes my rampage. Actually, how much does it cost for this? Yeah, it costs 3. So I'll throw down the Turn Timber Serpentine Wood, bring it in tapped. I have a feeling this is going to be a Bolas control deck, just Grixis control. Occasionally it's Crime, occasionally it's Dragons, but for the most part, it's just a good Grixis control commander. Same with Marchesa. I'm going to go for the card with an enter to the battlefield here. Radagast the Brown gets me Roaming Throne, Arboreal Grazer, or Bramble Armor Brawler. I'm going to go for the Brawler here because I feel like if they are running a control deck, this is the one to play. Can't be countered. Perpetually grows every card in my deck. Seems pretty good. Are you gonna kill Radagast? They could also just, like, kill it, but one trigger is better than none triggers. Swing in first. Radagast going for 2 whole damage. And a Defiler of Vigor would more effectively use my mana, but the Bramble Armor Brawler is just so sweet. Debt to the Kami, making me exile my commander. Surprised they didn't do that when I attacked in. Do you like to cast any non-creature spells with my Bramble Armor Brawler in play? You know you wanna, right? Come on, go for it. Nicol Bolas the Ravager coming down. I'm going to drop Ella Domri. The Defiler. The Beastie Boy. Nah, use all my mana. Radagast the Brown. Coming down, finding me a Nightshade Dryad. And I'll swing for 5. Four damage coming in. They have 4 mana up. This could be a damnation. What? Why do you have a snow-covered and a non-snow-covered? Also, first of all, called it. It was damnation. Huh. just don't know. Ooh, big loot. I'm going to go for the Defiler into the Nightshade Dryad because life is a resource. Maybe they'd like change their deck at some point away from snow. Doing the hybrid snowlands is something you sometimes see in green for Into the North. Oh, Cruel Claw's Heist. Which are you stealing? Loot or the Beast Whisperer? Oh, no, they're not stealing. What? They just Cruel Claw's heisted and didn't steal. I noticed I didn't get to draw a card. Who does that? Not choosing to get an additional card? That's crazy, dog. I'm going to play Scoot Swarm. I could just pay the mana for it. And the loot. Just trying to cast as many nice little spells here as I can so I can grow my board. Saying a long goodbye and uncounterable kill spell. But that's fine. I'm swinging for 12. What? Why did my dog change? That's the wrong dog. You are only ever supposed to be the peaceful pup because you make the least sound. Yes, you do. Who's the good puppy? You're the good puppy because I won the game. GG, Bolus. Phlage, Titan of Fire's Fury. It enters and it lightning helixes, though it gets sacrificed if you're not playing it from the graveyard. This hand's a little weird because I have the Kami of Bamboo Groves, but only 2 total lands. We'll see. Phlage can kill a bunch of stuff in our deck, but because we're big green things, not everything is dead to a Phlage. We got the big boys. I think overdoing the Kami of Bamboo Groves, if I don't have a 3rd land in hand, I'd rather wait. I drew a different 1-drop. And then I can Fanatic of Ronus next turn anyway. A Bitter Reunion. They discard. They gotta fill up their graveyard for the escape of Phlage. So next turn, they'll probably just be able to play it. I could Kami of Bamboo Grove so I can sacrifice the Haywire Might in response to Phlage destroying it. That's not as important to me as getting down Fanatic of Ronus. It's a good card. It's kind of a silly card. Oh, but it is evil. I agree. I agree, Phlage player. This is evil. I use the Kami of Bamboo Groves. Put Nykthos into play. And then throw down this as well. Phlage destroys my spirit. How dare you? Oh, if only I had 1 more mana for my fun little slime. Let's bring out Fanatic of Ronus from the graveyard. That's going to get me the most mana. And because this doesn't trigger on tokens, I may as well get this out first. Stone of Ick. Gonna exile my creatures? Sure. Nissa's going to double up the mana from my forests. So I'll tap a forest, untap a forest. Radagast coming down. Ooh, Topiary Stomper. I have an Elemental. That's why the Elemental Raccoon was great out there. I'll swing in for 3. This does have Vigilance. Now, with all this mana to work with, I could destroy a land. Or I could play Nylea into something else. I could play Nylea into the Stomper. No, let's just choose to ooze. Acidic Slime is one of those generically good cards. It's good in Commander. It's good in Brawl. It's good anywhere because it's a 2/2 with Death Touch that destroys an artifact or a creature or a land. Or sorry, not a land. An artifact or an enchantment or a land. That versatility gives me mono green destruction. I just Stone Rained them, sort of. They're now down to 2 lands. It costs 4 to take out that Phlage from the graveyard, but their graveyard is full enough that, like, once they get to 4, they're good. Cannot lose with the ooze. Cannot lose with the ooze. It's a good cube card. I bet. Yeah, Acidic Slime is the sort of thing that, kind of like Solemn Simulacrum, if you're looking to fill a slot and you don't know what you want, but you want something that's generically useful. Yeah, there you go. That's all you need. I'll start with this land. Ooh, this Nykthos is getting full, I'll say. Nylea, she is a creature when she enters. I would love that value off Radagast. Scootbug! I already played my land for turn. That's fine. I can get other lands into play. For 2 mana, we go Root Tootin' and Scootin'. The Mog. That sounds good. I will tap this. No. I'll tap you for 2 to use the Nykthos. And then I'll untap the Nykthos with Nissa. And I can exile 2 more lands. Because green decks are green decks. GG. Yioran the Sky Nomad. Yioran is a blink commander, a big bird serpent who can blink not just creatures but non-creatures too, bringing them back at the end of turn. Well, I've got a bird too, and I can use that bird to cast a human, and I can use that human to cast an avatar wizard, which I can hopefully use to get all sorts of good stuff into play really fast, because this is about as fast as a deck can ramp. You go 1 mana, 2 mana, 6 mana. 1, 2, 6. It's not quite Urzatron, but it's close. 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 6, I'll take it. They might be able to exile or destroy one of these, but for now, we'll see. Okay, let's, Ooh, actually, I think I'm guaranteed to draw off Curator, because I have no other avatars or wizards in the deck. So rather than go for the maybe get a hit off Radagast, I'm going to go for the yes, get a hit here off of the Menagerie Curator. They're reprieving it? Sure. That just means I'll get to draw another card. Go get him, Birds of Paradise! It's emotional damage, if not physical damage. Confounding Conundrum would be good against most mono green decks, but mine is not a landfall deck. I do have a few ways to get additional lands into play. And I am running 1 landfall card, but this is not a landfall deck. Let's start getting some critters in. Radagast the Brown. I got myself an Orchasm. Eladamri. Sure. Let's see. I've got 6 mana to work with. I think with 6 mana, I'm going to go for Chasm. Ooh, I even hit something else that I could play this turn. What other god do I have in this deck? I actually don't remember putting another god in the deck. Nylea. Oh, of course. Yeah, I have two gods in a deck then. One that discounts and one just puts creatures into play, which works just fine for Radagast. You do not need to cast a creature for Radagast trigger. Just got to put things into play, which works perfect for you, Kona, who cheats things into play and is a beast survivor. Nice. And we win because I've unloaded so many creatures so darn fast and they can do nothing about it. GG. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. This is a big red commander who can deal damage to my creatures, though not enough to kill Radagast. Can get you card advantage or get you some ramp. And if she gets to her ult, her -7, the game's probably over because all they need to do is cast a couple spells and they can burn any target each time for 5 damage. Speaking of burn, they've killed my birds. Aw. A wily goblin. Low goblin pirate. That should get them to Chandra next turn, which unfortunately means that if they do get her out, they'll probably be destroying this Menagerie Curator. But do what you can. They could also plus, knowing that this can't deal a lot of damage. But it might get me some card draw. Nope, there she goes. No more Curators. Well, this is nice. I'll use this Utopia Sprawl to turn 1 mana into 2. And bring out the Nightshade Dryad. Two extra mana. They already have 6. Ah, and Chandra, Novice Pyromancer. They could just kill the Nightshade Dryad here. Take away my ability to attack these Planeswalkers. And unfortunately, this deck isn't that good at taking out Planeswalkers. I'm not running Questing Beast because I try to reduce the number of beasts that I have. Let's see if Radagast can come down and do some work here. We've got Trailblazer or Worldbreaker. I will take the Trailblazer. This is a human druid. And Fury. 4 damage to Radagast, putting it in striking range of this other little Chandra. No, I'm not blocking. Stop a-wooing! No a-woo! I mute you so your dog falls asleep.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
No a-woo. Do not pass go. Unfortunately, only have the Heroic Intervention here. I could plot it instead, but I would like to have it down as a potential attacker. Add a green. Lands, am I right? Do I have the lands, am I right emote attached? Lands, am I right?
Let's burn brighter.
I got that Fury, so don't take 10. They've got 6 mana. Time for a Proliferate. Getting more loyalty on each of these creatures. It's still 1 mana up with the snow-covered mountain. I can only kill 1. This is the priority, but like I can't actually kill the Chandra here. I think I'll throw down Kogla to draw a card. Also, Goblin. No more Goblin. A chunk. And I'll swing at this Chandra since its minus ability would be able to kill this. If I had 2 mana up, I could actually use Kogla to put this back into hand. But I don't. I tapped out completely for this. Anger of the Gods takes 1 out, and then Chandra can clean up, killing this Kogla. Or they could strangle my ape! My apes!
Yup, you're going down.
So sad. She's up to 6. Radagast might not be doing the most damage, but it doesn't die to the minus. Shuriken Goreclaw, a human and bear. Or just human bear. Monkey. And they were able to use the Karn's Bastion, get the Chandra to ult, and now -7. So whenever they cast a spell, they'll deal 5 damage to any target. Like this. I forgot they had that Bastion. It's not like I could do anything about it, though. This will not enter as a creature. So we're going to start with something else. Something like this Stomper. Get me a land. Thin the deck. Then Radagast finds Railway Brawler, which I could plot. Ooh, Chittering Illuminator's on top of my deck where I can cast it. I think I'd rather do Nylea, and I can put that in the hand. Eladamri, Spinner of Souls, and the Illuminator. This one gives me a little bonus if things are dying. I'll swing in for 2. So if they cast 4 spells, I do die. So my goal is to kill them through the power of the hoof. They're taking out my attackers. Not going straight for face. Do you minus to take out the Stomper? Nope, they're adding 2 for Pyroclasm. Sure. No more Stompers. Now, right now, the power of the hoof is not so mighty. Let's see. Surik and Goreclaw into Railway Brawler. Just getting a mighty little duo here. One at face, one at the Chandra. And Nylea being indestructible should be pretty helpful here. Next turn, big hoof. Perhaps a nice oof, a big hoof. They're taking out the Brawler so I don't double things up anymore. Surik and Goreclaw still does give haste, though, so it's not, like, fully dependent on this. But it does die. Heart of Karan coming down. Cannot crew yet. All right, and I'm trying to think. Hoof is currently 10 plus 2 plus 2, 14. It's not lethal. That's rough, buddy. I guess I'll just play Ulamog. Hitting the Heart and the Karn's Bastion. A bit of damage at my face with the Chrome Mox. Nothing for them to exile from hand. That was just them trying to get damage in. But I think we're good now. Craterhoof Behemoth comes down. Nylea is a creature. Everyone gets a buff. We swing in and they die. Also, a lot of stuff goes into exile. But more importantly, they die. GG. Katilda Dawnheart Prime. Being played by Prime Time. I have some good ramp here. Apparently, there's a Chittering Illuminator on top of my deck. I know, because I can see it. Let's go ahead and start with some ramp. I'll play the Arboreal Grazer since I do have 3 lands. And Katilda is going to be also ramping, because all of your humans can tap for mana if Katilda's in play. She can also tap herself and pay a whole bunch of mana in order to buff up all your creatures. I don't think the protection from werewolves is going to be relevant in this game, but you never know. You never know. Chittering Illuminator's now in play, and I know I don't have a creature on top of my deck. Thank you, Chittering Illuminator, for this insight, this great information. It was a land, and now there's a World Breaker on top. Sweet, all right. I could either Radagast or, like, Nylea. I really like getting the Nylea down early for big discounts. And I have some good blockers here. I got the Illuminator. I can stop the Ascendant from coming down, and apparently now my commander does nothing. Bruh, why would you? This is on cast, at least, if I can get the 6 mana. I can destroy their lands next turn here. I'll just do this right now. I know it's a hoof. Bam. It's a hoof with no enter the battlefield, though. This hoof does like to show up. Good. It's a good finisher in mono green. Or in green white. In fact, it's just a good card, but it's not a game changer. Ranger Captain of Eos is going to search twice for a creature of mana value 1 or less, thanks to Elish Norn. It's an 8 mana 5/5 with haste. Yep. Sure is. Kogla would not fight upon entering, but is still a good big creature. Worldbreaker lets me destroy a land, but they're getting additional mana off Katilda. I do think that, like, destroying the land, or sorry, exiling a land, even better, would be pretty good, though. Giant Killer can kill a giant. Not this one, though, because, indestructible. Sylvan Safekeeper can give some hexproof. This is a lot of human stuff. Okay, yikes. Augur of Autumn gonna let me play off the top. You know, I'm gonna go for that. Even more playing off the top, but now I can hit lands too. The Radagast that does nothing because of Elish Norn. Curse you, Elish Norn! I do have some fighty things, but mostly it's things like Kogla. Green is a friendly color, so it can't be on the game changers list. Say that to Vorinclex's face. Ah. And before I can hoof, they can hoof. Getting double the hoof because of Elish Norn, I'll just throw everybody I have in front of Elish Norn in a show of how dare you stop my deck from doing things. You nasty lady, you. GG. Lagrella the Magpie exiles creatures on both sides of the battlefield, but the ones that they exile on their side will come back bigger. Usually this is a Bant Blink commander. The Utopia Sprawl is nice, but I'm gonna want more cards. So this is better. I have more things I can kind of curve into. So I'll start with Birds of Paradise. It's a bird. Gallagreeters on their side. Okay, that can get them treasures. I'll play the Twitching Doll. Not many spiders or toys. We do have another spider in the deck. I don't think I have any other birds in the deck. So, Lagrella, who do you exile? Taking out eeny, meeny, miny. The doll. You notice the doll is the spider and you don't like that? As you shouldn't. It's creepy. We got Kaslam or Illuminator. I'll go for Kaslam. Kaslam's great. She's big. She's God. And they're going to be blinking. If they blink, I'll be getting a trigger off of Radagast. And then they can put Radagast in exile. And honestly, I'll just keep it there. I don't need Radagast in this deck. It's just good card advantage. Ooh, but Worldbreaker will eventually get me a way to get rid of that teleportation circle. Saying, oops. Well, I've got 6 mana. And Ape is the place. I'm going to take out Lagrella, bringing back my Radagast. Radagast, Return a Gas. And they're saying good game. Kogla can swing and destroy the teleportation circle next turn. We've got loads more mana than they do. GG. Ketramose, the New Dawn. And the dawn of exiling removal. Ketramose draws a card whenever you exile something from the battlefield or a graveyard during your turn, losing a life, but getting even more stuff in your hand. Ketramose is super strong, eventually becoming a menacing, life-linking, indestructible creature, but until then, just sitting there biding its time and causing some trouble. Hi, Ketramose. Lion Sash, that's a great way to repeatedly get things out of the graveyard. So I also have a Ketramose deck. Do I want to go for the Curator? Rampant Growth. One of those, like, do I think they'll have removal for it this turn? Do I think they'll want to use it? Ketramose can be played in a lot of different ways. You can play it purely around exiling permanents. You can make it a blink deck Or you can just go hard control, board wiping, exiling everything, because you can. I will name Avatar here. Speaking of which, did you guys see we are getting Avatar The Last Airbender as our final set of the year? Twitch chat was right. I have too many cards in hand. Whoops. Okay, well, I'll drop one of them. How about Rampant Growth? And they exiled my commander. But at least I get to draw a card that I can't use. Unfortunately, in my chat, it looks like somebody has been tricked again by one of the people on Discord that is impersonating me. There is a very unfortunate number of Discord scammers that will impersonate pretty much any size of streamer. It really stinks because it brews a lot of bad will. And yeah, like, they're scamming people out of money, and it reduces trust all around. It's too bad. What do we have here? I've got using these. I have one other insect in the deck. Don't believe I have another bird in the deck, though. I'm going to sacrifice my birds of paradise to get lands. This does put more things in the graveyard for Lion Sash and thus Ketramose. Yeah, this is, by the way, if somebody ever DMs you on Discord and they say they're me and they're not, I don't know, like, talking immediately about Transformers or something, it's not me. One of the biggest tells is that my username on Discord is just Amazonian. It's only Amazonian. No numbers, no underscores, nothing like that. Which, I wish I didn't have to, like, say it, but multiple people have reached out to me like, yeah, there's somebody impersonating you on Discord. And I'm like, no! Dang it. Oh, also, my profile picture on Discord is not my logo. My profile picture on Discord is from the WikiHow article, How to Stop Doing Drugs. Because of course it is. And it's a picture of a blonde woman with a cross through her who is chugging a pot of coffee. So if you don't see that, it's not me. Ah, there goes Kona. They're going to keep on drawing. They've exiled 2 things from the battlefield this turn, and Ketramose is almost able to attack. How goes the coffee addiction? I don't want to talk about it. Serious and debilitating. I don't quite have lethal off this hoof, which, darn. I kind of like going for Cityscape Leveler. Just trying to go wide here. Yeah, let's do it. Sunderwild Sage taps for a ton of mana. I'm going to destroy the portable hole. This is indestructible, so no reason to go for it. Also, hi, Niall. Niall just said hi in the chat. It was nice seeing you at Chicago. Yeah, MagicCon Chicago was great. I went in with no plans and ended up with a full day every day. I didn't even sleep between Saturday and Sunday, which I'm so sorry if I showed up on Sunday and you were like, wow, Amy is a lot more nonsensical than usual. I'm sorry. I hadn't slept. That's how it goes. Also, thank you, Anonymous Gifter, for gifting a sub to Niall. Yeah, how goes the coffee addiction? I'm drinking tea right now. But I'm drinking tea in part because a lot of people got con crud, myself included. I got like norovirus or something. I had to take an additional day off when I came back because hooey! Yeah, you do not want the stomach flu. It is bad. Don't do it. They're lion sashing. Ketramose can now attack and block. That's a 4/4. That's got lifelink. They're gonna start refunding this mana soon. I have enough mana for Hoof. Yeah, I go for it. The fact that I already have an 8/8 in play, everything will be getting +5/+5. It's a lot of damage. Even with a little bit of life gain, I think I'm taking them out. GG Ketramose. The first Sliver, and possibly the first and only Sliver. I'm going to keep this hand. I do have some turn 1 ramp, and they're going to be playing maybe just 5-color good stuff. Possibly the first Sliver Monstrous Vortex combo. I'm not sure. All I know is that it's a first Sliver as the commander. They'll be cascading when they cast it. Watch it be the rare, actual, factual Sliver deck. We love it when we see it, but we don't see it very often. Have a bug. A little Scootle bug. This might not be a landfall deck, but Scoop Bug, good. I shouldn't call it Scoop Bug because that is its own card. Okay, Birds of Paradise tells me it is not the Monstrous Vortex deck. Indatha Triome. Into, let's see what they fetch with the Bloodstained Mire. Ketria Triome. And a Radagast finds me either Pock or the Trailblazer. I don't have another land in hand. But I also don't have anything for that. Like, I would be plotting this. I'll go for Pock. I can also just play Pock, see what I hit creature-wise for Radagast. It is cat, it is shaman, it is ape, it is beast. So many creature types for us to feast. Cultivate gets them 2 basics, 1 in hand, 1 into play. I will just simply draw the land. Right? I'm gonna draw land. That's not a land. It is a good card, though. I will play the Bramble Armor Brawler. Switching Doll, Sutina, or Cityscape Leveler. Sutina can get me a land, and I'll swing in with everyone. Teeny tiny bit of damage at a time. And a first Sliver! They cascade into Leeching Sliver. It's an actual Slivers deck! Wow, you do not see that very often. Okay. Y'all ready for actual factual Slivers? Hawk finds nothing. No way. Yes, listen, it happens once in a blue moon. I think it's been at least a month since I've seen an actual Slivers deck. You're pogging out of your gourd right now? It's just such a rarity. Since there's so few Slivers in Arena, none of the symmetrical ones, a lot of the not as interesting ones. I actually thought about putting a Sliver in this deck. Nice. Indestructible Slivers. Dreadscape Slivers, which will cascade into a 1-cost Sliver. Sliver me timbers. Yar. Ooh, casting Utopia Sprawl is kind of sweet, though, because it means my Bramble Armor Brawler is going to trigger. It's a non-creature spell. Now all the creatures in my deck are a little bit stronger. They won't have to attack that many times to kill me off these. But they have to leave themselves defended, because this. Bloodline Pretender, it is a Sliver, both on the stack and in play. They find a Sentinel Sliver that's going to get them another 1-cost spell. Striking Sliver, first strike. Nice. Nothing that costs 0. They're not running any of the 0-cost things. That's fine. So now everything is first striking, indestructible, vigilant. Drains on attack, so you may as well attack. It's free real estate. And this will just keep growing. Yeah, like Bauble, Mox. I guess I'll just go for the free block. I don't feel like using the heroic intervention here. Or like... I guess I could chump block with the insect token. But I believe that insect token is going to be what gets me to lethal. So Kogla can only kill Birds of Paradise here. Not that exciting. So Tina will get me an extra land. I kind of like that. So let's start with the Emerald Medallion. So Tina gets a land and then another land. And I should be at Hoof Mana next turn. All I gotta do is survive with my sweet, sweet Scoot Bugs. And look! I even got an XL Ulamog. Big Monkey Punch Bird. No, no, no. Hoof, oof. We're gonna raise the roof. I feel like a lot of the games in this video are gonna be Craterhoof Behemoth wins. Guess what? I'm a mono green deck. Craterhoof Behemoth wins. Oh, but Verdant Rejuvenation is going to see, what, 7 toughness? All right. Input. A whole bunch of stuff. Oh, is it mana value? I'm sorry. Highest mana value is 5. 5 things get put into play. Rhythm of the Wild, Fight Rigging, Pawk, Graveshifter, which is technically a Sliver, Essica, which is not a Sliver, but it's 5-color good stuff. And they're gonna get something for free. Would it have been better for me to resolve the Pawk ability after Scoots? Oh god, they got the hoof. Yes. However, I just let it auto-order it, because I didn't feel like thinking. The way I saw it is, if I have lethal, I have lethal. And unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to the next turn. Even if I had twice as many bugs here. All I've got is a little bit of blocking. Not enough to survive all of this. Hey, look. This is how much damage I can prevent. And this is how much damage I actually take. See, this is why people should run the actual Slivers. Because they're good. And so is Hoof. Craterhoof Behemoth. But mine's better because its art is way more normal. Very good. GG. Etali Primal Conqueror. The dino with the crimo of casting a spell for free off the top of each player's deck. This dinosaur also turns into what I've heard called the Bite Steel Colossus. It's pretty good. It wins in one hit if all the damage goes through. And, yeah, it's a good dinosaur. It's getting you value no matter what. Now, what do I want to play here? Fanatic, Medallion. I'm going to start with the Medallion over Fanatic Arona since I don't have a big boy to immediately play. And I might have to use this Insidious Fungus to destroy some of their ramp. Because they need to ramp. They have a 7-cost commander. But once they ramp, they're good. Because their ramp will find more ramp. For 3 mana, what's coming down? It might just be a way to destroy... They might just, like, bolt this or abrade this. They have red. No, Somberwald Sage. It's the fastest ramp imaginable. They might actually just be able to play Etali. Dang it! It's not like I can, you know, besmirch that. I also have a Somberwald Sage in my deck. Fine. Radagast the Brown. Pawk, Hoof, 6, Throne. I do have land. I'm pretty far from Hoofin, so I'll go for Pawk. And attack for 1! somebody asking if they're in New Zealand, can they celebrate my birthday early? Yes. My birthday is March 1st. So if you are somewhere where it's already March 1st, which when I'm recording this, that's not going to happen yet. You can absolutely celebrate. Etali got 2 pieces of ramp, a topiary spamper from me and Beneath the Sands from them. So even if Etali dies, they'll be able to cast it again. Let's go for Pawk. I'll see what I get. Oh, loot! Do I want to loot or Fanatic here? Because I can loot and then land, but it's not a land that's got colors in it. The struggle. Yeah, hi, Scraps. I think with what I have in hand, I want the Fanatic. Nice Galta. And my cat just came in the room. Hi, Scraps. I'm glad you're doing better. Scraps was sick for a little while. She keeps having to go to the doctor, but she's doing so much better. Yes, she is. She's got energy. When I came back from Chicago, she jumped up on the desk over and over and over because she's such a good little girl. Look at how fluffy this cat is. Look at how fluffy this cat is. Uh-oh, that's a Vorinclex. Can you not be a Vorinclex, please? At least my Fanatic Rotus will untap. I know. Hey, how come your mom lets you have 2 Topiary Stompers? I know why. It's because they stole one from me. Game changer. Well, well, well. Guess I'll make 2 Fields o' Ruin. Let's see how I can go from here. I actually do have 2 pieces of land destruction. I would. We could gain some life. I'm gonna go for this Volborn Tyrant. I should have manually tapped some of the Fields of Ruin. Yeah, I know, Vorinclex. Get a Twitching Doll. I know. Listen, man. I know. Use that for loot. The Mog. Who's a good kitty? Oh, some triggers are happening. I love triggers. Prime Time, Titan, Satina. No, Prime Time. Not attacking with anything here. But at least I've got some good defenders. And against the Bite-Through Colossus, I have a blocker now, the Galta. Scraps, are you having fun? Are you having fun? He is so cute. I can tell she missed me while I was gone. Based on her extreme floof. Look at that silly face. Relics of the Rubble Belt. That's going to get them 2 Signets. I wonder why they haven't added the Signets into Brawl. I feel like an easy, just they're already coded in, right? Ooh, okay. I can get a Nykthos and sacrifice one. Because one will be tapped. Yeah, okay. I know, Vorinclex. But I think it's Nykthos. And I guess Castle Garenbrig. That's good too. So I will sacrifice the tapped one, so I choose to keep the untapped one. Radagast did not find anything. That gives me 11 more mana. I know. They're tapping for mana. I'm not hitting the Etali, because, they would just cast it again. Getting more triggers. Let's see, Kogla. Kogla can get rid of stuff. Scoop Bug. And now my lands don't just stay tapped forever. Cityscape. Forest. Twitching Doll. Alright. I'm feeling a little better now. I don't have lethal on this swing, but next turn I might. Was Scraps acting out because I wasn't around? No, Nick said that she was a good girl. But she was sitting on my bed waiting for me to come home. Like on my side of the bed. Like, where's Amy? Where's my friend who gives me the most treats ever? Olga and Yadaro can either fight something or get trample and haste. Who do you fight here? Prime time? Good idea with the paw can play. My good little bear loves her snivel kibbles. Meow. Okay, do I have lethal? Hi, girl. Yes, I love you so much. I cannot see anything past this cat's butt. Alright, so let's say they block. They block. 13. I don't have lethal, but I think I'm pretty solidly in the lead. GG, Etali. Kaya Intangible Slayer. Kaya is, well, X-proof and pretty scary and difficult to deal with. She also lets you just kind of play a ton of board wipes. You might get this from the way I'm saying it. I don't like playing against this Kaya. She nasty. She's real nasty. Scraps, do you think she's nasty? Scraps is giving me such like a little... I don't know what's going on here. But I hate what's going on here. A stunning cat. Scraps, are you putting stun counters on people? Did you miss me? She's just begging for treats now. And my first hand I actually had much better, like a ramp start. Hello, Callous Blood Mage. Gonna draw a card, lose a life? Sure. I'm gonna put a land into play. Whatever lands on top of my deck. Which is a forest. That's most of the lands in my deck are forests. I'm like trying to see around her. Little Miss blocks the screen. I'll trade you. Sure. I could either go for Chasm or Pock into a land double. I'm gonna go for Chasm. I could play Radagast too, but I like this. If they destroy it, not exile, if they destroy it, it comes back as a land. And of course, that means they're going to exile it. Elspeth Conqueror's Death will also be reanimating something when it hits Chapter 3. Radagast, what do you find? Satina and Roaming Throne. This will get them a land. I'm sorry, I keep rubbing my face. I'm allergic to this sweet little cat. And yet, I love having her in my face so much. And there's a Day of Judgment. Sure. Kill your creatures. See how I feel about it. Hawk. Into a doubled Bonder's Enclave. Into Satina. I get another land off that. Perfect. So I have a lot of mana here. They also have quite a bit of mana. They could play Kaya. They could double up this Hawk. Find out. Callous Blood Mage comes into play, gets a +1/+1 counter, and then do you draw a card? They sure do. End hostilities. Everything's dead again. How many board wipes will they play? One or more every single day. I've got various ways I can destroy their permanents. Destroying a land is funny. If I had a land to follow up with, I think I would do this in Scoot Swarm. But I think I'll just play one of the more expensive spells in deck. Titan of Industry. Making the Rhino. Destroying the Collector's Vault. And because they do have 7 mana, I don't want to go for the shield counter because they would just exile this and make a copy. And I sure do wish that Cityscape Leveler could take out Kaya, but no, she has hexproof. Of course she does. Of course she has hexproof. Do I think that they have Kaya's Wrath in their deck? You know, they might. See if I can go wide. Land destruction is always an answer. Hexproof. They're sacrificing their Kaya to make a copy of Scoot Swarm so they can go as wide as I can, as long as they've got the lands to follow up. Didn't they already play a swamp, though? No. Oh, they played the caves. Yeah, so they could have waited on that. Baleful Mastery on my Scoot, so never mind. They're just going to be the only one with a bug. I could always destroy it. And their shielded up Titan swings in. They're pathing it to get a land so they can trigger Scoot Swarm. I like it. Flying bugs, insect spirits. It stinks because, like, anything I play, they have the potential to copy. Because of the power of the Kaya. Scraps, you're so cute. Phyrexian Arena is going to be some card draw for them. And they're turning the Cityscape Leveler into a reprobate. Why are you leaving all of these up? I guess I could go Defiler into Radagast, but not the other way around. That's worth 2 life. Ramble or 6. I'm feeling 6. Hi, Scraps. Thanks for setting off my allergies and being a good girl. I was very happy. At Chicago, so many people were asking about Scraps. They were, like, asking if she was doing well. And I was so happy to be able, like, yes, she had a very quick recovery. I'm so happy to say that Scraps is no longer horribly ill. It was scary. It's scary when your little lovely kitties are sick. What permanents do I have in my graveyard? Nothing too interesting here. So I'll go for this instead. Vaultborn Tyrant. Nylea or Nightshade. I drew a Lute. Very cute. Bringing out that Nylea. Nice, that gives me a way to free the Cityscape Leveler next turn. When did this art get added? They had a bundle in the store with a bunch of different Fallout cards. I think they had like a Fallout Arcane Signet and a bunch of other things too. Yeah, it was scary. Scraps, like, she wasn't eating, she wasn't moving. So they have the mana for Kaya. Now what do you go for? They know I have an Insidious Fungus. They're going to get the Vaultborn Tyrant, which, by the way, even if it does not have a power 4 or greater, will still gain you 3 life and draw a card. All right, I got them down to 14. One hope, one dream. And this is already a token. Insidious. Oh, whoa, 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 hold up. Buddy, I'm telling you, cut it out. Destroy target enchantment. That one. Very good. Kona Caryatid. Let's see. I don't quite have lethal. I don't have the mana to play any of these from the graveyard, but I can play an additional land, so I will. And we're going to attack, I think, these here and this here. I want to take out the Kaya, and I can destroy either the Arena or the Transformer or even the Vaultborn Tyrant. I'll just get rid of some of their ramp. That's the only way I had to, like, make sure the Kaya is gotten rid of, because she is what I'm most afraid of here. And she's what I will always be most afraid of. She's scary. She's a good card. Descend upon the sinful in exiling board wipe that will get them an angel. Dang, I even had a bunch of stuff that could survive a regular board wipe. Land tax, yeah, that'll get a mana. Monkey. Do I have enough to play both? Yes, I do. Silverback Elder. World Breaker. I'm gonna get rid of the land tax. And, get rid of the Phyrexian Arena. Expensive Sunfall. What do you want? They're murdering my ape! My apes! Destroyed! There's a mistranslation on Descend Upon the Sinful in French. Do I want to know what they messed up? Is it woefully inappropriate? Probably. They can get rid of my World Breaker. It's just a 1/1, though. That's actually not too scary. But it does mean I won't be able to bring it back from the graveyard. Oh, no, you didn't. leave those up. That's fine. Spinner. Descend upon the fishermen. You know, somehow I don't think they translated that one quite right. So the sinful got mistranslated into fishermen? Because the words are similar? Would I even be able to tell what the difference between the words are? Between fishermen and sinful? Probably not. So Ugin, gonna clean up, take out Radagast, discount any colorless cards they have. Okay, fine. That's fine. I'm gonna go for Kogla, taking out this angel. Look at these two flyers with reach. Maybe the fishermen deserved it? Yeah! They're gonna sacrifice it to Fountain Port. Bringing out my henge. Revenge of the Henge! Ooh, Eladamri. I could, like, choose to go for the Indestructible, but we've already seen they are going for all the exile that they can. P-E-C-H-E versus P-E-C-H-E-R is sin and then sinning. And they have slightly different accent marks over each of them. I'm not even going to try to pronounce them because I already know. I don't know how. That henge is great. Thanks. Thanks. It's gone. It's gone. Destroyed. Ended. Obliterated. I know not what is atop my deck. But maybe I can find out. I don't want it to use all of these up, please. You know what? I'm just not going to use the Bonder's Enclave here. No, I want to leave one of them up. I'm not planning on bopping their Fountain Port either. Not this turn. Maybe next turn. I'm going to use a Utopia Sprawl to make my Utopia more sprawling. Don't mind me. Chittering Illuminator on the top. Swing in with Kogla. Sure, destroying one of those power stones. If they go for a triple block, they can sacrifice it here. If they go for a triple block, I can return the Somberwald Sage to my hand to make this indestructible. Taking out all three. And I'm going to Besage you. A bunch of triggers are happening too, but like, yeah, all right. I get me a 3/3. Oh, they had non-token creature. Look at that. Spinner of Souls must be so happy. They found Ruthless Lawbringer. Oh, nice. And Loran. Lawbringer's going to be the good one. I've been running this in some of my exile decks. Also in my sacrifice decks. They're playing ambitious. Into a Ruthless Lawbringer. Are you sacrificing it? That'll trigger the spinner. Finding them all the creatures in their deck. No more monkey. Aww. If I search my library... Oh boy! They get to gain life and draw a card.
Secrets manifest before you.
They're seeking a non-land, putting it in hand. They've got a black market connection now. Ooh, I mean a clock. We love clocks. I'll play the Chittering Illuminator. If there's a creature on top of my deck, I'd be able to play it with this. No, but that is an Ulamog, and I think I'm going to play it, just like right now. I'm going to take out Ugin. I could go for one of these, like the Spinner of Souls, since the beginning stuff. I can hit a land. If they make a copy with Kaya, we do have the, like, awkward and dangerous situation of them destroying all my stuff and milling me. So let's see. Hurricane Goreclaw gets me haste. Card draw. I already have card draw off my commander. Brawler would grow everything in the deck. I think Hurricane Goreclaw's right. The copy won't exile 2 permanents, but it still puts me on the clock of it just needs to attack 3 times. And they know about all 3 cards in my hand. They get a treasure. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana. Perfect for Kaya. You exile Ulamog, right? So it's a 1/1 Ulamog. It's a lot less scary than other Ulamogs would be. Me graveyard! Ack! Alright. All of this. All of this. All of these. I already know what I'm doing this turn. Surik and Goreclaw. Ugh. Oh. But I want to sell Vala first, because it makes more damage for Huff. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. I got room for one more. I got room for one more even. I'll just do it here. Triggers happen. Very nice. I'm swinging in. Everybody go. Go. Go, 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 go. Every game eventually is a hoof game. I mean, even just Surik and Goreclaw giving everything haste was going to let me unload. I was going to be able to Railway Brawler into everything. The mana dorks get me more mana. I'm drawing cards. I'm getting additional triggers and mana and everything else. We win the game. Sweet. GG, Kaya. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. And thank you to my chat for voting on which 420 themed commander we were going to play today. I gave them the choice between a bunch of tree folk creatures that had Blazer in the name and Radagast the Brown, who canonically is, you know, hitting that pipeweed. It's really fun commander, and it is very strong. Radagast himself is, yeah, he's a 2/5, so he can dodge some red removal, but more importantly, Radagast is card advantage. Card advantage in the command zone. You do have to build your deck a little bit around Radagast, but honestly, you don't even need to put in as many unique creature types as I did. If you wanted to play more elves, you could, because you're not going to have that many in play at any given time. As long as your deck has a lot of creatures in it, Radagast will usually hit. You can even choose to put in more powerful ramp, especially getting more 1s and 2s in here. So when you get to the higher cost cards, you can cast them on curve, which is always good to have, or even ahead of curve. Radagast, though, it was good when I first built it, and it's good now, especially now that we have cards like Fanatic of Ronus in Arena, which is just absolutely nuts. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you would like to suggest a commander, especially one from Aether Drift, please leave a comment. Also, if you have any ideas for any commanders that could have helped us celebrate 420, let me know. I was like trying to figure out, do I put in like a quick beam deck? Am I running those Ents? I didn't end up running Ents, but I did think about it. Twitch chat didn't quite vote for it, but I still managed to fit one Tree Folk into the deck, even though it's not one of the Ents, because, you know, you gotta have it. And it's a unique creature type. That's right, we got that. We got plants. We got it all for Radagast the Brown. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.